Mark Rogers TV. We talk South Carolina football with you each and every Friday with Will Gunter from the all-new Early Game there on 107.5 The Game. Will, this wraps up your week, so we appreciate you sticking around. How you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. It was last night. You know, you get kind of a kick into the weekend. We actually had American football. We had the Cowboys and the Cardinals instead of that CFL stuff I tried to enlighten you on last week. So last night was a cigar, a couple beverages, and the start of some American football. So as I told the radio audience this morning, whatever you got to do, get it done this weekend, because start next weekend. I know it's preseason NFL football, but it's football from here on out until February.
Yeah, if you love the NFL, even though, hey, those guys are just running around and it doesn't count for a whole lot of them, man, if you want to get familiar with the roster, you lock in on the preseason games. And when it comes to the CFL, I tell you, when ESPN was in its early days and I was just a little tyke, I watched a ton of CFL. But, you know, the cable channels have gotten a little crowded in the last 30 years. So there's a few other options out there. So talking some South Carolina, of course, we set you up for fall practice, everybody, last week. And this week, the boys have already hit the field and go to full pads this fine Friday.
They do. The acclimation period that they go through, 2 days of just helmets and then 2 days of shoulder pads. And so today, they started Monday. So you had the Monday, Tuesday, and then the Wednesday, Thursday. Today they go full pads, and you know, it'll be interesting. Obviously, I don't think there's no media availability today, so we won't hear much about what happened or what's going on. It's kind of the new wave of college football, but there's been excitement. Kurt Roper speaking this week, and then Travaris Robinson, the defensive coordinator, speaking yesterday. And it's interesting down here right now because you're talking about a 6-7 team. Now, that's what they were. Not only are you talking about a 6-7 team, you're talking about a team who was blown out by Clemson to end the season, and a team who lost to South Florida in the Birmingham Bowl. But there's a sense that this team could really do something special this year, and maybe not win the SEC East Division, but can be a lot better than people anticipate because of some pieces. And it's interesting when you think about losing your last 2 games of the regular season, one of them in the fashion they did to your rival. And so this week with Kurt Roper and Travaris Robinson speaking positively about the offense and the defense, you sense a different level of excitement in year 2 of Will Muschamp's era, just regarding some of the players like Jake Bentley and some of the defensive guys like a newcomer like Javon Kinlaw, who is enrolling and can help along the defensive line, and a Keisean Nixon who finally got onto campus, and Jamyest Williams, and then some of the returning guys like, say, a Skai Moore or Bryson Allen Williams.